Hey, this is just a short video to help you get through this class. I'm doing Chem 115 hybrid. This also is 121 hybrid and 121 online. So I'm just using this class, but all the rules are the same. So that's why I just decided to do one video instead of three. What I've done so far is I opened up Canvas and I'm in my 115. Okay, so this is what's going to come up on, this is your home. Okay, if you navigate through here, you will see there's, the rules and stuff. But what you want to do if you want to learn more about me, there I am. The most important thing you want to do here is my email. If you have questions or anything, that's the best way to get a hold of me. Send me an email. I promise I'll get back to you as quick as I can. Okay. Another thing, and probably the most important thing when you're ready to start doing class stuff, you want to hit learning modules. Okay. Learning modules. Right now, you've hit learning modules, I hope, and you're in the instructions for class. This is where this video is. There's an introduction. There's just a short one where I talk about me, and I want you to tell me a little bit about you. It's not an assignment, just, so I get to know you a little bit. Then you start in on the modules. And the first one you're going to do, if you're in 115, is a lab safety. Okay. Now, lab safety is what in something called Labster. All right. And in Labster, you're going to go to the bottom and you're going to hit play. Now, Labster is an external site. We have a license to use their stuff, and then I've inserted them in here. As far as the program itself, you guys, I don't have anything to do with it. Excuse me. One of the biggest problems we have with Labster is if all you guys wait till the last day to do it, then it'll go really, really slow and you guys will get frustrated. But if you keep up with it, you'll be fine. You're just going to hit the play button and it will go to the external site, hopefully, and then it'll go through and it'll tell you how to do this stuff, okay? I'm not going to go through it. You'll go through it on your own, but it's all you have to do with it. When you're done, it'll send me a grade. Now, if you don't like what you did, you can do it again. You can go through and do them as many times as you want, as long as they're done or sent to me by the due date. Okay, so that's how we do our labs. All right, so I'm going to go back. Let's see. And again, this is in modules. Okay, so let's say then you've done your lab safety. Then you go to part 1 here. And part 1, there'll be a video. And this is me going through all the materials. Okay, so instead of coming to class and me lecturing you, it's right here.
Hey everybody, we're
I
going
have
to do
them
our
all
first
here.
PowerPoint, but
Okay, and then I'll go through. You can take notes, whatever you need to do there. And then when you're done with that, you go on to next. And then there's going to be an assignment. In this case, you're watching a video and you're answering some questions about scientific method. When you get done with that, now you'll see it'll have the instructions on how to send the information to me. In this one, it's a discussion. So you just reply and then type in your answers to the 3 questions. Okay. Then when you're done with that, there's a Labster, okay, for you to do. When you're done with that, oops, oh, I'm on the next, sorry guys. I'll move myself back in a sec. Okay, now there's part 2. This is some more information, and then there's another lecture, and then now that's the end of chapter 1. So you can download the PowerPoint. Like if you don't want to just take notes, I have the PowerPoints up, but I go through them. So you can download the PowerPoint ahead of time. It'll be in the last part because sometimes a chapter has 2 parts, sometimes it has 7. It just depends on the chapter. So you can download that ahead of time. There's one called Notes. You can write the notes as you're going through them. It's up to you, okay? But there's always information in there. Another thing I wanted to show you is I have resources. And here's a quiz. When you guys have quizzes, one thing to remember is that they're timed. The quizzes, tests, everything, they're timed. So when you're ready to take it, make sure you have your materials and take it. If you stop, you're done, okay? And I know it's like, wow, that's kind of harsh. Well, what happens is I'll have people that'll log in, write down all the questions, go look them all up, and then go back in. You can't do that, okay? And the reason why everything's timed is another thing. I am not testing your Google research skills. I want to know if you know the material, so you have to study. If you try to look up everything on a test, you'll get about halfway done. That's still only a 50%. So you need to make sure you know your materials when you're taking a test, and that's why everything is timed. And the other thing, and I feel bad for this and I'm sorry, but you won't get your answers. You'll get your score, but you won't get your answers. Because again, I have people that go in, they take the quiz, they write down all the answers, and then I hope they sell them, but they give them out, and then, the first couple people or the honest people are taking the quiz, but the rest of them are getting answers. So you don't get the answers. And again, I'm sorry for that, but that's the way it rolls. Okay. So and that's an example of a quiz. Tests are the same way. Here I am again. I'm in the way. I'm going to go next. Okay. And then you go to the next part. Now, what I've done for some of you, you'll see here, this lectures on scientific notation. And some people struggle with that. Some people, they've done enough of it, it's not a problem. So what I've done is, here's a PowerPoint on, and you don't have to, if you download them, you guys, then you can print them out. If you just want to look at them, what you'll see is I actually put in another PowerPoint that you don't have to go through. If you understand it, you don't have to, but this gives you examples. And if you follow it, here's an example, here's the answer, whatever. That's to help. The other thing you can do is, I got to get up to the top here, sorry. If you don't want to do that, I'm always in the wrong spot. I'm sorry, you guys. If you don't want the PowerPoint, then there's a worksheet here I have, and you can look at that as well. And what it is I just got these off the internet, but these are questions similar to what you'll get. You can do the practice problems, and the answers are there as well. So here's a bunch of them. Here's the answers. Okay, so you can do them on your own. They are not an assignment. They're there to help you. And you'll see that randomly put through anytime I do an assignment or I go through a topic that I think you're going to need extra help, you'll see stuff like that in there. And again, if you understand significant figures and scientific notation, you don't have to do it. But if you need a little extra help, it's there for you. Okay. And again, it's more on the topics that I think you'll have issues with. Again, here's another, this is an assignment. So when you have an assignment, what you do is you can look at it and you can send me the answers. You can download it and put in the answers and send it to me. Usually that kind of helps. You see I have a lot of red in here. This is instructions, and sometimes I'll do examples of them, but you can see it's a text box entry or a file upload. You can send them to me either way. Okay. One thing I need you to do though, that's kind of important, is when we have problems, if you show me your work, I can give you credit for them. If you just have an answer written there and I have no idea how you got it, I can't give you credit for it. So it's in your best interest, I guess, to help yourself by showing me your work. But again, there'll be sometimes, and here I didn't, but in some of I have a few answers in red. So if you see anything in red, that's to help you. Okay. And again, that's on any of the assignments that we have. Okay. So I'm in the way again, aren't I? Gotta go over here. Okay. So again, that shows you kind of, there's quizzes, there's assignments. Sometimes it's a video that you watch and answer the questions. Every time you just submit the answers to me, you cannot see other people's answers until you submit. Now, you can go back afterwards and look and see, if you really didn't understand something, you can also look at other people's things if you need to. So that's all in there. Okay. So again, it's just following the modules. They go in order. There's a lecture, and then there's an assignment, and then there's a lecture, and then there's assignment. And the assignments could be watching a video. They could be doing problems, especially in chemistry. You're going to get a lot where you do problems. And again, submit them to me. Please, if you want me to really give you detailed information back, do it early. Sometimes what will happen is, everything's due on Friday. I will get 47 assignments on Friday. I do not have time to go through and tell you what you did wrong on each one. So if you really want me to help you and give you feedback, you need to give me stuff in a timely order, and then I'll submit it back to you in a timely order. That's on you. Okay. Now, all the assignments right now, if you look, they don't have due dates right now. I'll go back here. I haven't put them in yet. I will in the next few days, but there'll always be a due date. That is when that assignment is due. That does not mean you have to wait till that date to submit it. Please, please, please you know, you can work ahead. It's okay. So make sure you get that stuff into me, and I will get you know, make sure you get your grades in on time. Now, if you're in a hybrid class, we'll do some of the assignments together, and then you know, then I'll already put a grade in for you, and you don't have to worry about it. If you're in an online class, you got to do everything on your own. Hybrid classes, what we'll do is, like, I might do a couple of these assignments with you, and then I'll just give you a grade. And then labs. Okay, now, so let's say you come and do lab, and maybe it'll count for this one right here. This is a labster. Okay, so you come to class, you do the lab with me. I will give you credit for this this simulation. If you miss class, if you miss lab, you know, all is not lost. You can then do the simulation. So you have a choice. Okay, so with the hybrid classes, I'm not going to introduce new material. I'm going to go through the stuff that's in the lectures. All the lectures you still do on your own. They're all online. They're all on those links, and they're never more than 15 minutes. Yay. You take your notes and you do your assignments. Now, like I said, when you come to class, if it's a hybrid class, we will do some of the assignments. It depends on what the material we're covering. Sometimes we'll do 1 or 2 assignments. Sometimes we can do 3. Again, it depends. And then I will give you credit those. If you're not sure if you've done something, just check your grades. Okay, I'll have a grade in there for you. All right. The other thing to remember, again, if labs are through simulations, if you miss class, and there's a few like lab safety, I want everybody to do that. That's a good simulation. So that's your first assignment, basically. So if you miss a lab, just do the simulation. And again, if you're not sure, look at your grades. Okay. If you have a grade in there, don't do it again. Okay. Some people will do an assignment in class and then they want to submit it to me. You don't have to do that. Okay. I'll give you the sheets. We'll do them together. I know you were there. I will mark it down. Do not submit it to me because then it gets really screwy. So be careful with that. And that's how you do it. Okay. So again, that's how you do hybrid online classes with me. You just follow the modules. Okay. If anytime you have questions, email me. All right. And I'll take care of it the best I can. All right. Good luck. I hope you enjoy your semester. I hope you learned something, and I hope I can help you as much as you need.